Namaste students, myself Sunil Kumar from the Department of Computer Science. Today we are moving to the third session based on the chapter Python Fundamentals. In previous session we discussed about the Python tokens. In that mainly we finished with the identifiers and also with the keywords. Keywords is a reserved word in case of Python fundamentals or in case of Python tokens. Then after that we discussed with the identifiers. Identifier is a name given to the programming element. If you go to do the programming, for particular program we are providing some names, that is actually known as identifiers. After that, next we discuss with the one more topic. Here this chapter or in this session we are mainly discussing about the operators. So what is the operators? What do you mean by operators? So operator is a tokens. Operators are the tokens that triggers some computation or you can say action. That triggers some action when applied to the variables in a program. In a program, there are some variables will be there. Some variables will be present. Not only variables or some functions will be present. For some variables, if you apply some operations, to apply that operation, we require the operators. To apply the operation for a particular variable. If you want to perform some operations, if you want to perform a particular task, if you want to perform a particular task, you have to trigger that. That trigger is actually known as operator. Operator is an action component. Is an action when if you are applying to the particular operands. That is actually known as operators. If you take the operator, operators mainly are of two types. One is unary operator and one more is binary operator. One more ternary is there, that is not given here. Mainly three types are there, but here only two types is given. One is unary operator, one more is binary operator. So what do you mean by unary operator? Unary operator is an operator that performs with only one operand. Whenever only one operand is there, upon only one operand is going to perform operations, means that is actually known as unary operator. The next one is binary operator. Binary operator means that requires two operands, minimum two operands are required. Then whenever two operands are there, if you are going to perform operation, that is actually known as binary operators. So first we will discuss about the unary operators. What is mean by unary operator? This requires only one operand. Remember the main topic here is only one operand is required. If you want to perform the operation, it requires only one operand. That type of operators are known as unary operators. So if you take the unary operator, mainly here 1, 2, 3, 4 operands are given. The first one is plus. That is known as unary plus. Unary plus means if you want to give the positive sign, for example, plus 31. If you want to provide any positive value, normally default will be positive value, or if you want to mention the particular value is positive, at that time you can use the unary plus. And next one is unary minus. Unary minus, that is mainly used to represent the negative values. For example, if your particular variable or particular value is negative value, for example, value A is there. If you want to present that as a negative list, we are using the unary minus, known as unary minus. Unary minus performs based on with the only one operand. Only one operand is required. Along with only one operand, we are going to perform the operations. That is unary minus. The next one is bitwise complement. So we are going to study next about the bitwise operators. In that bitwise operation, if you want to find the complement of bitwise. Bitwise means it is going to perform the operation based on the bit by bit. There are 10 bits will be there, 8 bits are there. First bit, second bit, you will take it bit by bit and going to perform the operation. You will take each bit and going to perform the operations. And whenever if you want to find the complement of each bit, at that time we are making use of bitwise complement. The next one is not. Not means is a logical negation. It is a logical negation. Here we are going to study about the binary operator, we are going to study about logical operator. In that, if you want to perform the logical negation, in case of logical operators, you will find the opposite of that. Not means if the condition is true or not true. If you want to find like that, then we are making use of not operator. These are the different unary operators. Remember, this unary operator will perform based on only one operand. Only one operand is required to perform the operations in case of unary operator. The next one here is binary operators. Binary operator. binary operators are those operators that requires two operands. Remember, in case of unary operator it requires only one operand, but here it requires two operands. Two operands are required to perform the operations in case of binary operators. So if you take the binary operator, for example, if you want to find the sum of two numbers, a plus b, so that is a two operands are a is one operand, b is one operand. For simple example, a plus b. So this is one operand, this is second operand. First operand and second operand. In between, we are making use of operators. So that is actually known as binary operator. That type of operators are known as binary operator. If you take the binary operator, there are different operators available. One is arithmetic operators, bitwise operators, shift operator, identity operator, relational operator, assignment operator, logical operator, and last one is membership operator. These are the different types of binary operator. One is arithmetic, bitwise, shift, identity, relational, assignment, logical, and also last with the membership operators. These are the different types of binary operator. We are going to discuss one by one now. Now we will move to the different types of binary operators, and here I am going to explain only different types of binary operator, an example or based on how we can write that in a program. Everything we are discussing in one more chapter, in upcoming chapter in data handling. In that we are going to discuss about detail about the binary operators, how we can use that in a program, and what is the example or different methods to use that. Everything I am going to explain in upcoming chapter or new chapter. So here in this chapter I am just explaining what are the different types of binary operators. So here first one is binary operator, that is arithmetic operator. So arithmetic operator is mainly used to perform the arithmetic operations. Whenever two numbers are given or whenever two variables are given, so if you want to perform any arithmetic operation based on that one. So at that time we are making use of arithmetic operators. So here addition, the first one is plus. Remember, in unary operator also plus is there, here also plus is there. In case of unary operator, for example, only one operand if you use a, this is actually known as unary operator, unary plus. If you use like that, that is a unary operator, and if you use like this, a plus b, this is actually known as binary operators. Now remember, is there a difference between the unary operator and also the binary operator? In case of unary operator, only one operand is required. Only one operand is required. In case of binary operator, two operands are required. So whenever the plus operator used along with only one operand, that is known as unary operator. Whenever the same plus operator is used along with the two operands, then that is known as binary operator. Remember, that is the difference. Same here, minus. Unary minus also there. Unary minus also there. So that is for negative numbers. Minus a. That is for negative number. If we use a minus b, that is actually known as subtraction operator. Remember, subtraction and also with the unary minus. The difference. So plus means that is to perform this, to add the numbers, and if you are to subtract, then you can use the minus. Then multiplication. Remember, normally in maths we use multiplication, cross mark, a into b. Normally is a into b. But that is not there in case of computer system or in case in any program, not this program language, in any programming language, that type of cross mark is not, multiplication is not. For if you want to perform the multiplication, you have to make use of symbol star. So plus like this symbol will be there. Is a symbol we are making use of for perform the multiplication. That symbol you have to use, that is multiplication. After that, next one is division. If you want to perform the division operation, then we are making use of division operator. Then next one is modular division. What is a modular division? After performing the division operator, you can separate already studied when you are going to study the data representation or it is a Boolean logic. So how you can numbers are given, some numbers are given, how you can divide the numbers. So if you want to convert any integer to float, if you want to convert, or if you have any decimal number is given, means that you have to convert to binary. So whenever integer number binary means or binary integer, or any some cases, one case we are going to divide the numbers divided again and again. When you are going to divide the number and again and again, we will get the remainder and we will get the quotient. Quotient will note down and we will get the remainder. If you want to get only the remainder, if you perform modular division, remember, if you perform the modular division, we can store only the modulus, or modulus value is what you can say, that is a remainder. Remainder can be stored. So for example, if you are going to find 5 by 2, what is a 5 by 2? 5 by 2 is a 2.5 normally we get. But if you use modular division here, if you use a modular division, the answer here is 1. Answer here is 1 because the remainder is 1. If you are going to perform operation, what will be the remainder? That remainder can be stored by using the modular division. The next one is star and star. The special operator in case of C++, that type of operator is not there. But in case of Python, that operator is there. That is star and star. Two star if you use it together. So that is mainly used to find the exponent values. Exponent value. 2 raised to 3. If you have to perform the 2 raised to 3. How you can perform the 2 raised to 3? Whenever 2 raised to 3 is given, then how you can perform this? If you use 2 star together, 2, first star, second star, 3. If you use like this, that will be the 2 raised to 3. 2 raised to 2 to the power 3, which value is there? That operation is performed. That is mainly known as exponent. If you want to find the exponent value, then we are making use of 2 star together. One was 2 divided by modulus. Modulus 2, if you use together, what happens? 2 modulus you can use together. So what is the use of that? That use mainly here, if you want to going to find the operation, for example, 5 divided by 2, same operation. 5 divided by 2, if you are going to perform the same operation here. 5 divided by 2 will be 2.5, whatever it is, 2.5. Right. Then, if you perform the 5 floor division 2, you get only 2.0. So, remember, if you use the floor division, it will neglect the fraction part. In fraction part, any value is there means that value will be neglected, only the real value, that this value will be taken. Before the fraction value, which is the decimal value is there, that value will be taken in case of floor division. It will neglect the, which value? Neglect the value of fraction. So that is about the arithmetic operators. Remember, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modular division, exponent and floor division. Remember, 3 types of divisions are there. One is division, floor division and modular division. These are the different types of arithmetic operators to perform the arithmetic operations. The next here it is bitwise operators. Next here it is a bitwise operator. Here bitwise add. First one is bitwise add. Next bitwise XOR, bitwise OR, and also we discussed with the unary operator bitwise NOT. So these are the operators to perform. I will explain later how it is we can perform that one. It is mainly used to perform based on the bit by bit. If you take any number, that will be converted to 8-bit or 7-bit numbers normally. Normally converted to 8-bit numbers. In that 8-bit number, if you have to perform the operation based on the bit by bit, each bit will be taken, then that operation will perform on each bit. For example, a number is taken, that number is, for example, one number is, by the number is taken 1 0 1 1 0 1. One number is there. You don't know which number it is. If you have to perform the operation based on the particular bit, you take the first bit and perform the operation. Second bit like that, you take each bit. It will take each bit and to perform the operations. For that purpose, you will be making use of bitwise operators. That bitwise add, bitwise XOR, and bitwise OR. Based on the, to convert the binary numbers in binary number, you are going to perform the operations. That is actually known as bitwise operators. Next one is shift operators. This also performing based on the bit. It also performing based on the bits here. Shift left and shift right. Mainly 2 types of operators are there. Shift left and shift right. Shift left means it will shift the one bit towards left side. It will be shifting like this. Shift left is like this. One right bit is shifted towards left bit. One right bit is shifted to left bit. So it will be 0 1 1 0 1 1 and remaining will be added as 0. The remaining bit will be added as 0. So I will explain later clearly that one. So that is actually the shift left. One bit will be shifted. So not only one bit, if you mention the bit number, for example, shift 3. 3 means 3 bit will be shifted. If you shift 4, if you given means that will be shifted towards left. If you use like this one. And if you use shift right means the same case, it will be shifted towards right side. So this will be shifted here, like that it will be shifted. The first will be 0. Shifted means that will be empty. then 1 0 1 1 0 1. One bit will be shifted and one bit first bit will be empty, that will be added as a 0. So that is in case of shift operator, shift left and also the shift right. So next one is identity operator. It is a new operator in case of Python program, that is identity operator. So identity may have two types of identity operators are there. One is and is not. Is and is not. Those are the two types of identity operator. So first is means it will check is the identity same. So two numbers will be given, two identity will be given. So it will check whether both are same or not. It will check whether both are same or not. So that is for that purpose we are using the is and is not. It will check whether both are same. If is not, it will check whether both are not same. Remember, that is operations opposite. Is means it will check whether both are same. Is not means it will check whether both are not same. So that is for that purpose we are mainly making use of identity operators. The next one is membership operator. Last one is here membership operator. In case of membership operators, mainly in and not in. Mainly we are making use of in and not in. In means in operator, mainly in operator, whether variable in a sequence. One sequence of numbers will be given. For example, sequence of data will be given. In the data, whether we will check the particular value is there in particular sequence or not. We will check whether the value is there in particular sequence or not. That is in operator. In operator, we will check whether the value is there in particular list. Normal list we can take, or we can take sequence. So for that purpose, we are making use of in. Not in means it will check whether the sequence, it will check the same list whether the value is not there. It will check whether the value is there means it will give the false. If the value is not there, it will give the true. So like that, provide the output. Remember whether we will give the output like this. Whenever in case of in, we will check whether the value is there in the list or not. Both also checking whether it is there or not. In and not in. In means it is there or there. In not in means it is not in a sequence. Whether the given value is not in a sequence. For that purpose, we make use of membership operators. These are the sum operators: arithmetic, bitwise, shift, identity, and membership. Next, we are discussing again three types of operators. Next, we will move to the next type of operator, that is relational operators. So, relational operators mainly used to check the relations between the two values. Whenever two values are given, so to compare the two values, mainly relation checking the relation means to compare the two values, we are making use of relational operator. For example, A is greater than B or A is less than B, whether both are equal or whether both are not equal. For that purpose, to compare the two operands. To compare two operands, mainly we are making use of relational operator. The first here it is less than. So we will check the first operand is less than second operand. We will give the true value, answer if the condition is true. We will check the condition. Comparing is we are checking the conditions. Normally, if you want to check any conditions, then we are making use of these relational operators. So here less than, first it is less than. Less than means first operand to second operand. For example, we give like the example A less than B. So you can see here A less than B. In this case, A is less than B. So A is the first operand and B is the second operand. This is the left operand, this is the right operand. We check whether left operand is less than right operand. We check whether left operand is less than right operand. So that is a less than. Greater than means opposite of this one. So we can write like this: greater than. Is it greater than? So we will check whether left operand is greater than right operand. To check whether left operand is greater than right operand. So that is less than and greater than. And one more type of new comparison here, that is less than or equal to. You can see the symbol here, less than or equal to, less than equal to it. Then we will check whether left operand is less than right operand. See, if you use like this and write here A less than B, A greater than B, here A less than or equal to B, for this one A greater than or equal to B, then A equal to B, A not equal to B. So all the conditions. I don't give all the conditions. So first A less than B means we will check whether A is less than B. The next one is greater than. You check whether A is greater than B value. Next here, A less than or equal to B. You can see here A less than or equal to, that we can make use of A less than or equal to B. So we'll check whether A is less value or not. First we'll check whether A is less value or not. Other than that, we'll check again, we'll check whether it is equal to B. Any one condition, there are two conditions are there in that. A less than or equal to B. In that two conditions are there. The first condition is less than B. A should be less than B, or A should be equal to B. Two conditions basically. Any condition, any one condition is true means it will be satisfied. The next one is A greater than B. A greater than or equal to B. A greater than or equal to B. Or means here, first we check whether A is greater than B. Check whether A is greater than B. Or we check whether A is equal to B. We will check whether A is equal to B. So these conditions will be checked. Other than that, next one is equal to B. Next we will check A equal to B. That is equal to operator. Equal to operator means that is checking whether both the values are same or not. Whether both the values are same or not. The last one is not equal. Last one is not equal to. Check whether both the values are different. Check whether both the values are different or not. So that is going to check. These are the different types of relational operator. One is less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, and not equal to. These are the different operator. I'll explain in the upcoming chapter in detail how to use in a program. How to use that in the program I'll explain in upcoming chapter. The next type of operator is logical operators. Logical operator is mainly used to combine multiple operands normally. So one expression is there. One expression and one more expression. If you want to compare multiple expressions, mainly it means used to compare the multiple expressions together. One expression, for example, A less than B, and we can combine with the one more operator. One more operation. This is about one operation. And two operations if you want to combine together. Two operations if you want to combine together, then we are making use of logical operator. Logical and logical OR. We already discussed with the logical OR. What is unary operator? Already we discussed that one. So here one is logical and logical OR. Logical AND is a small keyboard. A and D is a keyboard, and OR is also on keyboard. Logical AND means two operations are given. One left operation and right operation. Two operations. Whenever two operations are true, means whether both the value should be satisfied. There are multiple operations are given. In case multiple operations can be combined by using the AND operator. So same here, multiple operators are combined by using OR operator. Means logical operator is mainly used to combine the multiple operations. So whenever multiple operations are combined using AND, then all the conditions should be satisfied. All the operations should be satisfied, then it will be correct. Then AND will be satisfied. Otherwise AND will be fail. Or otherwise AND will give the negative, or we can say the false. Condition is false. And condition is not going to be satisfied. The next, in case of OR. In case of OR, multiple operations can be given, and in case of multiple operation, any one of the operation is satisfied, that is enough. Any one of the operation is satisfied means that is enough in case of logical OR. But in case of logical AND, all the operations should be satisfied. All the operation should be satisfied. I will explain when I am going to explain the remaining topics. The next one is assignment operator. Here only mainly one assignment operation is there, that is assignment. This one is only the one assignment operator. Only that is the main assignment operator, that is assigning the values. If you want to assign the values, always right side values are assigned to left side. Remember, A equal to B if given, which value is stored in B, that value will be assigned to left value. R value is assigned to the L value. That I will explain later how it is assigned. Then, if you take the different types of assignment operator, first one is this one, assign operator. Then these are we already discussed in the arithmetic operators. Division, then sum, then product, if you have a reminder, then product, then subtraction, exponent, and also the flow division. All these you have to study. So if you know these operations are also known as shorthand notations. Remaining operations is also known as shorthand. Shorthand notations means if you want to perform an operation, simple operation, explain here, simple operation. then only you will understand that. Just like that, A is equal to A plus B. Just example please. A is equal to A plus B. So if your A value is added with the B, here just you can see A value is just added with B, then that is going to store in A. That is going to store in the A. So this operation we can reduce and we can write A plus equal to B. If we wrote like that is equal to this operation. A plus equal to B. So one operation, one operand you can reduce. So length of the program you can reduce, and also it will be easier to understand. A plus equal to B means A is equal to A plus B. So same operation. A is equal to A minus B is given means, so A minus equal to B. You can use this operation. A minus equal to B. So these are one more type of operations. So if you want to perform the operations like that, then we can make use of this type of assignment operator. The first is division equal to. Division equal to means it will assign the quotient. Quotient value will be there, that will be assigned to A, which value is good for that one. Plus equal to means that will assign the sum value. Plus means it will perform the sum operation or add addition operation. Sum will be assigned. The next one is floor division. So it is a modular division. Whenever you use a modular division, that will assign the remainder values. Next, if you use multiplication, that will be multiplication equal to, that will assign the product of the two values. The next will be minus equal to, that will assign the difference between the two values. That will assign the difference between the two values. Next one is multiplication. Two star symbol, that is mainly used here. Special operator in case of Python, that is mainly used for exponent value. If you want to find the exponent values, then we are making use of two stars together. These two stars are mainly used to find the exponent value. Next, division, floor division, that is mainly used to assign only the quotient. Quotient is assigned, but by neglecting the fraction part. Only quotient value or because rounded value will be assigned by using the floor division. So these are the different types of assignment operators. One is equal to, that is assign quotient, assign sum, assign remainder, assign product, assign difference, assign exponent, and assign floor division. These are the different types of operators, assignment operators. So all the types of operators we finished. One is arithmetic operator, logical operator, relational operator, assignment operator, shift operator, and different types of operators also we finished. So next one here it is a punctuators. Next type of Python topic, that is the punctuators. Punctuators are the symbols. Remember, punctuator means that's the symbols used in a Python program to organize the sentence structure. Sentence means statements normally. Normally we are going to write the statements in case of Python program. Or sentence is normally known as statements. To organize the statements in a program, then we are making use of punctuator. Different types of punctuators we are using in case of Python program. That punctuator should be recognized by the Python library or Python program. Python program should recognize the particular punctuator which one we are using. All that type of punctuators we can use in a Python program, not all the punctuators. The first here is example: single quote, double quote, then hash symbol, backslash, open bracket, closing bracket, open square bracket, closing square bracket, open flower bracket, closing flower bracket, H symbol, comma, colon, then dot and semicolon, like that. Different design. These are the different types of punctuators we are using in case of Python program. So that we are going to study whenever you want to do the program. When you are going to do the program, at that time you can study that. Or when I am going to explain some other topic, at that time we come to know which type of punctuators are required to write a particular part. So this is about the Python programs. By here we reach the end of session today. In this session we mainly discussed about the operator. Mainly we discussed about the operator. One is a unary operator and binary operator. Unary operator, unary plus, unary minus, then logical negation and bitwise negation, or bitwise not logical negation. These are the mainly four unary operators are there. Next we started with the binary operators. If you are going to discuss about the binary operator, binary arithmetic operator we discussed. After that we discussed with the shift operators, and after that we discussed with the identity operators. Then here we discussed with the relational operator, logical operator, and also with the here assignment operator we discussed, and also we started with the one more type of bitwise operators. So these are the different types of binary operator we discussed, and after that here we just finished with the punctuators. Punctuator means that's the symbols that is used to organize the program statement or program sentence. In case of Python program, these are the different types of punctuators we are, not only all punctuators, some punctuators mainly we are using in case of Python program. Based on this one, I will give the worksheet, but for that one we will meet in this session. Thank you.